behind. This is what I'm talking about. Great pressure. He used his log over there, so we're going to get a ton of damage. And this deck is so good at punishing people who overextend. So to me, when he went in for that drill, that was a massive overextension, right? Ooh, what's up, gamers? It's Turkey here, and today we're going to be cooking our opponents in Ultimate Champion with the fastest log bait cycle in the meta, rocking a 2.3 elixir cycle. That's fast. But on top of the fast cycle, it's actually really strong, especially with all of the Rune Giant going around in the meta. You have some of the best defensive cards in the game for that type of push in the Cannoneer, the King Skeleton, and the Evo Dart Goblin. And 3 out of the top 10 players in the globe are using this deck, so you know it's good. So come along for the ride and I will show you how to outcycle your opponents with this speedy deck. Alright, into our first match of the video, rocking this 2.3 elixir cycle deck, by far the best log bait deck in the game. So I'm going to be showing you how to use it. I know the speed of the cycle might feel a little intimidating, but I promise you, this deck cooks. Alright, we're going to open up with wall breakers. I think the one thing that y'all will have to get used to if you're playing this deck is not having a building. I think that's one of the things that I think trips a lot of people up, is the comfort of like, oh, having a building like when it comes to defending balloons or beatdowns, but you need to leverage the fact that you have a really fast cycle in order to kind of get around that. Okay, so we're going to eat a ton of damage here because I cycled my Skelly King and he's running Goblin Drill, but we're going to be okay. We're actually going to have a decent counter push. I'm going to do this and pop this ability. And the Dart Goblin goes behind. This is what I'm talking about. Great pressure. He used his log over there, so we're going to get a ton of damage. And this deck is so good at punishing people who overextend. So to me, when he went in for that drill, that was a massive overextension, right? Like, he went in Goblinstein drill ability, and we took his entire tower. That was crazy. Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but the punishing potential of this deck is absolutely nuts. And Skeleton King is great on the Goblin Drill, and this deck in general is just strong against Cannoneer. So that was an immaculate start. I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent just gives up because that was crazy. Nah, he doesn't. I respect it. Alright, best option against the Stein is to go for the Dart Goblin, like off to the side, so that way it doesn't get hit by the ability. And if I had Ice Spirit in cycle, I could play Ice Spirit. I'm just going to go Skeleton King over to the side and Fire Spirit to just keep the Dart Goblin alive for like a little bit longer. And I'm going to go Goblins off to the side, so if he pops the ability, it won't get hit by the ability. And it's an easy defense. All he got off of that was, you know, a poison. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, we're going to wait until this dies, and then we're going to pop the ability. Nice. Misplaced the Dart Goblin, but that's all good. Nice. We get the log out of cycle. Very, very good. So at this point, there's really no reason that I should lose this match. I mean, you never know. I could, you know, anything could happen. But he doesn't have log in cycle, so we're going to get aggressive. No log or cannon, and so this is just going to light him up. So really great pressure. I can cycle a log because he's going to go in with the drill, more than likely, and then Skeleton King just to clean it up. At this point, I feel like my boy has to know, like, I don't think you can come back from this, but it is important to close out the games. I'm scared of an Evo Bomber, so I'm going to go Dart Goblin, Ice Spirit, just to make sure. Yep, beautiful. And after that push, I think he's going to throw in the towel. So GG's. I mean, we really won that match in the first minute of the video, but it was important to show how to defend, how not to overextend, and that was a really good punish. So GG's. Great first match. We'll see you in the next one. Alright, into our next match of the video. I feel like that last game really demonstrated the upside of this deck. Another reason this deck is really strong is it actually does really decent against those like boosted Rune Giant decks. You need to defend with the Skeleton King and pop the ability, and it kind of helps you defend like the boosted Spear Goblin Giant or whatever. Okay, I'm going to set up a defense here because he just ignored that entire Goblin Barrel. Whenever someone ignores the entire Goblin Barrel, you know some onslaught is coming, so we're going to be mindful of that. Try and get a good log here on defense. We're going to take a lot of damage, surely. Skeleton King's ability actually did a decent job. Nice, actually. Pretty decent defense given this. Considering he ignored an entire Goblin Barrel to go in for that push, I'm very satisfied with that defense. I'd love to force out the Evo Goblin Cage here. Or maybe he... Ooh, arrows is fine too. Let's go Goblin Barrel. We're going to find out what his spells are. It could be arrows log fireball or just arrows log. We'll see. Probably arrows fireball. Sometimes they run it with bar barrel. I don't know. Alrighty. I'm actually going to cycle... I was going to cycle my Dart Goblin just to get to my Evo. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. We'll get the Brawler out. Looks like he's not running Evo Goblin Cage. At least that's not what it looks like. So, interesting. All right, we're going to go like this. Pull everything in. Try to make it so that the troops don't charge. You know what I mean? Off this ability, it'll help out on defense immensely. Nice. Really, really huge ability from a defensive perspective. That was massive. We're gonna go wall breakers here. Oops, my fault. Wall breakers will help tank for that barrel, and he does get a lot of damage with that flying machine. I mean, Bait notoriously struggles against flying machine in those types of decks. I can't take any more chip. We're going to try and bring it back. I don't think double elixir will necessarily be better for us. Our defense just needs to be better. Yes, Mother Witch. Nice. All right, let's go Skeleton King. And pressure with wall breakers. I think he might play spell on the Skelly King or not. We'll see. Okay. We need like a really big Evo Dart Goblin here. Maybe force out arrows. We'll see. Evo Dart Goblin's alive. Nice, and we do get the arrows out. That's huge. Because now our Dart Goblin can kind of go crazy on defense, which is important. No arrows in hand. Let's go like this to catch the miner. Great catch. Great log over here as well. Okay, I don't want to say we're bringing it back, but we're doing okay. I think he might only have arrows is kind of what it looks like. And if that's the case, we can bring it back. Just requires a lot of concentration. Okay. Makes sense. Go Dark Goblin here. We'll see if he goes arrows or not. I wouldn't blame him. Yep, he does. That's kind of what we wanted. We're going to go barrel in front, and we're going to pre-log and pop the ability. That pre-log is going to have to save us. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage that we got. Is it enough, though? That's the question. Need to get back to a log. And a Skeleton King. Nice. Oh, the Cannoneer is not targeting that. Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to do this. This is so bring-backable. I just gave him a lot of arrows value, but if he takes it, we can go in and go for a pre-log. Oh, he choked. Let's go. I knew we could bring it back. I knew we could bring it back. And we did. That's not an easy matchup. Did we play it perfect? No. But we downloaded and we won. So GG's. I'll see you in the next one. Alright. Up here against Al Bin Ali. And what do you all think of the current state of the game? I feel like there are so many people that are up in arms about the Rune Giant. I mean, I definitely think the emergency buff to the Rune Giant was not needed. It did kind of feel like it was just a cash grab by Supercell, you know, to kind of sell more of the new card. At least that's what it felt like. That's what a lot of people are saying it felt like. And I'd be hard-pressed not to agree that that's what it feels like. So, we'll see. We're going to set up a defense here. Nice. Dark Goblin's going to do good. Firecracker is annoying, but honestly, there are worse cards for me to see in a matchup than Firecracker. Some of them. Let's go like this just to keep my Dark Goblin healthy. Look at that Dark Goblin. Oh my gosh, give that Dark Goblin a raise. Dark Goblin just destroyed everything. He just ate that. Okay, let's go like this, and if he arrows, he's going to eat the wall breakers. Oh, let's go crazy here. Barring like a P.E.K.K.A. or something. Pop this ability. Could have been better for us for sure, but at least we get the Evo recruits out of hand. That much is nice. Okay. Honestly, him not using the recruits for a big push is a massive win in my eyes, so we'll take it. We were definitely being a little aggressive, but sometimes that's what you have to do with this deck. Nice, he eats those goblins. So looking good, some sort of spam deck, you know. Oh my gosh. If you know me, you know that I don't very much enjoy playing against Royal Recruits decks, but it is what it is, man. It's part of the game. Royal Recruits Mirror was not something that I had on my bingo card, though, I'll tell you that. Nice, great Dark Goblin protection. And we're just going to go for a last-minute Skeleton King. Ooh, pretty perfect defense, I feel like, and we got some nice Dark Goblin chip. I'll take that. I don't really mind that he got his King Tower activated. You know, it was probably inevitable at some point in the match, but... Okay, we're going to do this. Wall breakers are going to tank for the barrel. Really good bowler. Wow, that bowler is going to provide so much defensive value for him, but it is what it is. We're going to get King Tower activated on our own regard. Shoot. Perfect. Perfect King Tower activation. Let's go in, and then we can defend this pretty easily with some goblins. And Skeleton King over to the side, just to make sure that we don't take barrel damage. Beautiful, beautiful. The defense is looking clean. Let's predict the Dark Goblin, maybe. No, he just goes for the Firecracker. I still will log it, though, just because it's kind of a menace if left unlogged. Okay, we're going to log again. Going to go Goblins up high. I misplaced the goblins because they were supposed to surround on the bowler, and that's on me. We're okay, though. Okay. That was all because I missed the goblin surround. How awful is that? Okay, let's do this. Okay, pop this ability, and we're going to go for a log. And this is, depending on if he can afford a bowler or not, this might be a good game. Nope, he's okay. Let's go in for the barrel here. Dart Goblin kind of selling this defense a little bit. Okay. Beautiful. He has to defend this. He can't afford to go for a bowler because, yeah, I was going to say behind. I mean, he can't afford to go for a bowler behind because he needs to defend the Dart Goblin. So that was kind of a checkmate situation there. So that was great. Really well played. Honestly, other than that one Goblin misplay on the bowler, we played really well. So I'm going to hold it. I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, up here against D-E-S Lancelot. This is a really fun deck. I mean, I always try, you know, when the meta is dreary, just finding decks that you enjoy playing. And, you know, this deck, I enjoy playing it. It's really strong. There's a lot of outplay potential. I don't win every game, you know. It's not like the most OP deck in the meta. But it's fun, and it's enjoyable, and that's important to me. Okay, he gave me lots of Dart Goblin value. Even if he goes for that, let's do this. Okay. I felt like it was kind of aggressive by him, to be honest. He spent a lot of elixir. He used his gang, Valkyrie, Mega Minion. I'm not sure what it is. It just gives me the vibe that it might have a tornado, so I'm going to go in for a barrel on the safe spot and just try and figure out a little more about his deck. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Dark Goblin and Fire Spirit is going to do their best, and he's going to ignore that entire barrel. Yeah, that's pretty good given the circumstances. I will definitely take that. We're going to wait to pop the ability for as long as possible. Maybe force out a log, and now there's no point in popping the ability, so... Dark Goblin not strong enough to take out this Valkyrie, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to go like this, and real barrel over here. And I think he'll struggle to defend both lanes. Yeah, he can probably just afford the Inferno Tower. And the reason I went for a real barrel on the right is because you don't want to go same lane as Graveyard. You pretty much never want to go same lane as Graveyard. So I did the real barrel on the right, and you can see we got tons of damage opposite the lane that he's going. And on top of that, we know his win condition. So Cat's out of the bag. We know he's running Graveyard. We don't really got to worry too much. So we're looking good. A lot of people think Canyoneer it is awful against Graveyard, and it is. But there are things you can do to definitely sway the tides of the matchup. Like, absolutely. Nice. Let's keep the pressure up. You can see why it's so important to go opposite lane, because any troops that he play are going to go opposite the lane that he already has most of his damage. So that's of the utmost importance. I'm going to log here to keep my Dart Goblin just healthy, wealthy, and wise. And Skeleton King here. That was a horrible Goblin gang. I don't know what he was trying to do, to be honest. We're going to go Dart Goblin like this. Wow, great Dart Goblin. We're just making really good plays right now. Cool. We're going to go Goblin Surround. And he's not back to arrows, so we can go for a Dart Goblin. And if he goes in with a Graveyard, oh yeah, he can't really afford a Graveyard right now. He does, so we're going to go in. No, our Dart Goblin got sniped out of that bowler, so that was a little misclick by us, but it's really not going to end up costing us too much. It's good ability just to keep everything at bay. Yeah, I had a feeling he was going to go for something cheesy like that, so I kind of waited on the Dart Goblin there. You'll notice he switched into my lane. Remember how I talked about how it was really important to go opposite lane? He's committed to switching lanes, so good recognition from him knowing that was like essential for him to win this matchup. So you'll notice I switched back, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go same lane as you, and now I have the option to go either lane, which is awesome. I'm going to log here. And now we can commit to dual lane pressure, which is kind of where this deck thrives, is off of dual lane pressure. We're going to go like this and threaten to take the whole tower. And GG's, yeah. Good recognition there, knowing that sometimes you need to pressure the opposite lane, and overall good defense. So if you struggle against Graveyard, I hope that helps. We'll see you in the next one. Alright, let's go. Up here against Shulk. I also released a video on balance changes yesterday. So if you are someone who wants to keep up to date with the balance changes, which I feel like is important, check out that video. Pretty decent defense there. I'm going to cycle my barrel here. Good timing with him going for the queen. So we've seen Ghost, Queen, Barbarians. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what this deck is. But we're going to go for Dart Goblin to cycle to our Evo. I expect him to play some sort of spell on it. Yes, exactly. And we're fine. Because Skeleton King does a very good job. We're going to go Ice Spirit just to make sure that this queen doesn't like completely obliterate this too soon. We're going to wait because my man is playing hella aggro. And we're okay. Wow, he got a lot of damage off that. You hate to see it. Alright, we're going to pressure with wall breakers, and then after this play, we're going to commit to switching lanes. Let's see the arrows come out. No, he just goes for the ghost. He's going to eat those. It's tough. I don't want to switch lanes, but if he's playing bridge spam, which looks like he's just playing a bridge spam deck with maybe with or without P.E.K.K.A., you definitely don't want to go same lane, so we'll see. Well, my man spent a lot of elixir. Can I punish him for that? Probably not. We're going to try and do some split lane pressure here with the Goblin Barrel Fire Spirit. I need that Fire Spirit to tank. Beautiful. It does. It does. Look at the right side. The right side. That's so much damage. Let's go for wall breakers. Oh, too slow. Yeah. That's fine. We pretty much took his entire tower on that side. So even if we lose this tower, we'll be okay. But, you know, with this deck, you never really want to go into a two-tower situation. Let's go like this. He goes arrows. We'll go for our Ice Spirit. All right, we're looking good. We're looking really good. That was kind of like... I got a little flustered there in the middle, but I'm fine. Just need to watch. The Evo Battle Ram is definitely something that you need to be mindful of in this matchup. Okay, this will take care of the queen. Nice. Really bad ability by him. He has to defend those wall breakers, surely. Beautiful, and he does. Okay, let's go like this. And snipe the Magic Archer. Nice. Huge plays. Huge plays by this Dart Goblin. W Dart Goblin. W defensive wall breakers. It's going to threaten some great damage on the tower, and he eats it. Nice. We're looking so strong right now. So strong right now. It's 2 logs away, so I think I'm going to get ready to double log the tower here, so that we'll get 1. Get our Skeleton King down here. Ice Spirit to jump, and then we're going to wait and see if we can save our log. We're going to go Goblin Surround, and now we can log the tower. Just need to watch out for a Magic Archer, but it wouldn't really do enough damage anyway. So GG's, great game management. Honestly, we played it really well, so we're going to hold that W, and I'll see you in the next match. All right, up here against Sony loves P.E.K.K.A. They have a top 700 finish, so I'm sure they're going to be a great player. And unfortunately for me, it looks like they might be running P.E.K.K.A. We're going to find out. We're going to put the feelers out there. But I feel like if they were running P.E.K.K.A., they would maybe be running Princess Tower or something like that. Or, sorry, would be running Pancake Tower or something. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Might just plop a P.E.K.K.A. on this or something. It kind of looks like they're running P.E.K.K.A. I don't need to respond to that bandit. It'll get one-shotted by the tower. Definitely looks like it could be a P.E.K.K.A. deck. Or some sort of like generic bridge spam deck. We'll see. Yeah, maybe generic bridge spam. We're going to use this as an opportunity to try and get to our Evo Dart Goblin. It doesn't have arrows and cycles, so might as well try and get to our Evo. And we're going to go wall breakers as well just to apply additional pressure. You can see it force out the ghost, and it's going to force out something else. Skeleton King in the middle will defend everything. Shout out to big old Skeleton King. It's definitely P.E.K.K.A. I mean, unless it's like one of those like fake P.E.K.K.A. decks. Well, I might be able to activate King Tower off of this Magic Archer if it's in the inside. Okay, let me see if I can do it. Time it. Come on, shoot. Yes, we got the King Tower activation. That's crazy. Nice. He even gave me the well played. I thought that was really well played as well. You know, real recognizes real. We're going to do this, kite this over, and we're going to go in for the Evo Barrel. Meanwhile, we're going to protect this Dart Goblin with a Fire Spirit, so it is just so much pressure. Honestly, single Elixir is where my deck thrives, but if he kind of can turn the tides of the matchup and double, so we're going to be mindful of that, even though we're playing well. Once the P.E.K.K.A.s start falling, that's when things can get kind of scary in this matchup. And there is P.E.K.K.A. number 1. We're going to actually go wall breakers into it because it will blow up on the P.E.K.K.A. if he doesn't play anything. Yeah, see, it forced out the arrows, which is awesome. Because now I can pretty much get a guilt-free Dart Goblin as long as I don't, you know, give him too much Magic Archer value. there. Okay. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, where he used those arrows early. And it kind of, I feel like, ended up coming back to bite. We're going to pressure hard here, because I can just log on this Marcher, and he doesn't have arrows in cycle, so far so good. I mean, we're playing this, I'd say, pretty masterfully, even though it's like not a bad matchup, it's just a tricky matchup, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're gonna set up with the Skeleton King here. The only thing you need to be careful of when you do this is that you don't give them like magic archer value, or at the very least a lot of magic archer value. But that's what the Dart Goblin's for, kind of like saving your booty against a magic archer. We need a log here, otherwise these goblins get clobbered by the Evo battle ram. Nice, and that pretty much just got melted. A lot of it got melted anyways. We're gonna wait just a second, and we're gonna go log. Good pre-arrows by him, honestly. I'm always hesitant about playing some of these cards because of the predictions like that. I think I'm just going to let that Ewas go. I need to kind of recoup some of my elixir. He doesn't have arrows, so he's going to eat a lot of goblin stabs right there. So now at this point, if we play pretty good defense, we'd be pretty hard-pressed to lose, if I'm being honest. We'll see, though. There's the Marcher. He doesn't have NATO, though, so, like... No, I gave him a lineup. Okay, now we're fine. Righty. I might even start cycling logs on the tower. Okay, good. He goes for a defensive poison there, which is good. We also have the opportunity to pressure both lanes, which is always awesome. Need to watch out for the Marcher here. Yep. Exactly my concerns. No! Holy Marcher damage. Wow, GG's. Good game. We choked it at the end there. He played well. I knew that the Marcher was a threat, but I didn't play properly, so GG's. He edged it out in the end. Happy with how I played for most of it, minus the end there. So we're going to keep that L. I'll see you in the next match. I did our next match of the video. Going to try and end it on a high note. That last game was really good, though. I mean, I know that I lost, but it was satisfying gameplay. And I feel like that's more important than, you know, winning a lot of the time. Okay, he goes for the zap. We're going to try and get him to spend on the Fire Spirit to put him down even more elixir. We'll see if he does. Ah, he just eats it. No, he doesn't just eat it. Go like this. Goblin should clean all of this up. Shout out to Goblins. Oh, Goblins did not, in fact, not clean everything up, unfortunately. Okay, looks like he's going to be running P.E.K.K.A. I mean, who isn't running P.E.K.K.A.? You're either running P.E.K.K.A. or Rune Giant, pretty much. Although we've had a good diversity of decks today, so I guess I can't complain. Oh, he's running the Rune Giant deck, it would seem. So we'll see how this goes for us if he goes Rune Giant. I can't overspend too much because I'm wary of him going in for a Rune Giant. But he just uses his arrows, so we can go for an early Dart Goblin. And we'll see if we can get back to another one. I need to go Fire Spirit, so that way the projectile doesn't target my Dart Goblin. I need to keep my Dart Goblin alive, and I need to spend like 1 trillion elixir on this. Yeah, and it still connects. Yeah. That's the way it goes, man. I think we can still get this ghost out of here. Nice. Oh, Ewas is so good. No way, this... Alright, I thought we were going to get low something there. Maybe I could have pressured a little bit differently, but it's all good. I needed a sip of my coffee after that defense. Alright, I think I'm going to be mindful about switching lanes. I don't want to go same lane against bridge spam or really any deck. So I think I'm going to commit to switching lanes. We know he has arrows in hand, so let's go like this. And he's either going to arrows the side that doesn't have the Ice Spirit tanking for it, or he's going to, yeah, he arrows the other side, which is great for us, because like I said, now we can go for a Dart Goblin, pressure with wall breakers, and we're going to protect this. Try to protect this, I should say. Saving, he might arrows this when he gets enough. It's unfortunate. I think I'm just going to let that go, honestly. Oops. I was trying to let it go. I would have rather let that go, but that's okay. Skeleton King over here is going to help out. Nice. That's a lot of damage. It's hard to just ignore that damage. I don't think I'm going to. So we're going to apply pressure with wall breakers. If he arrows, he can't really defend wall breakers. He needs to zap. Okay, let's make him spend arrows on defense. This is perfect. This is perfect. He either arrows on defense or he loses the game. Okay. Yeah, I told you, bro. You should have arrows. He's crazy. Nice. Great last game against this P.E.K.K.A player. It would have been really easy just to crumble and, you know, get overrun. But we played it really well, so I'm going to hold it. And I'll see you in the outro. And that is going to do it for today's video. Here's the deck one more time in case you want to try it out yourself. Like I said, this is probably one of the best bait decks in the meta, especially the best bait deck that doesn't have a building. So give it a try, especially if you're sick of playing the same decks over and over. It's nice to do something new and challenging, but something that is also still really strong in the meta. So I hope you give it a try. I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoyed today's content. And I really hope to see you in another video real soon. Peace out.